the Romeo varsity tennis team had a pretty good season this year. And but before we get into the season and all that stuff, kind of explain to the folks how you rack up a win.
Okay. So when we play a team like Utica, we'll play them in 4 singles matches and in 4 doubles matches. And our team is ranked as far as the ability of each player based on where they are in their flight. So we'll have our best player at 1 singles, second best at 2 singles, 3 singles, 4 singles. Then we do the same thing with doubles. That way the teams are evenly matched as far as their second best player is playing our second best player. So if 3 singles wins, they get a point. If 4 doubles wins, they get a point. So 1 singles is not any more important than 4 doubles. Whoever has the most points that day wins the match.
I see. Okay.
Now, there's a couple other things we do. We have some tournaments that go on the weekend. We'll have like 8 teams, and it will be all the players will be put in a draw in their flights, and all the teams will go. You don't necessarily play every team or all their players. Depends if you win or lose. And the most points at the end of that wins.
I see. Okay, so you have to play a few. It's not just one set. You have to pay.
No, it's 2 out of 3 sets.
Yeah,
it's just like the tennis you watch at Wimbledon or the U.S. Open.
Yes.
Sometimes they'll shorten the 3rd set into a super tie break. That's usually on weekend tournaments or quads. But on a match that's after school, you're going to play a full 2 out of 3.
Okay. Well, let's kind of review the season. You opened up with Utica pretty impressively.
Yeah, that was a good start to the season. That was a team that we wanted to make sure that the players weren't having any nerves or anything, and so you get a team that you can beat, and we did that.
And then you had the Holt Invitational, which is a little bit of a drive from here, and you played into that, and 6th place finish out of that. Do you think that was maybe stiff combination?
Yes. So
in early in the season.
Right. That is a way of us to really see what our players are capable at the time, because at the early part of the season, you can make adjustments to your squad. That's important because when you get to regionals, your players are going to be seeded for positions at regionals, so you have to establish that. So in the beginning, you're still kind of experimenting to make sure the players are in the right position, they have the right partners. But 4 or 5 matches in, you pretty much have to set your lineup. So that was unlike the Utica one was, just get one out of the way, get the nerves out of the way. This was really testing the capabilities against some of the top teams in the state. Holt's a team that we actually faced in the state championship at the end of the year. And there was, I think, 4 other teams that went to the state championships from that tournament.
So they're very strong.
Very strong. We had some good performances, and it also showed some of the weaknesses that our players had to improve on to get ready for the rest of the season.